Hello, hello. Welcome to your October success forecast. Yes, I have changed the name. There was only one person that said they liked it better with success rather than October Feng Shui forecast. We're calling it October success forecast. But you know what? I agree with that person. And I would say the views agreed with it as well. We're switching to it because most people think of Feng Shui as I'm changing my space, I'm decorating. No, over here on Elemental Clarity, I mean, yes, you can use it that way. Over here on Elemental Clarity, though, for the last 11 years, have been using Feng Shui as a personal development tool. How do I get where I want to go faster? How do I achieve my next goal? How do I become the best version of myself that's absolutely thriving and loving life? And when I started Elemental Clarity, that's what I started helping you guys do. And that's what these October or these success forecasts are for. We can do until we are blue in the face. But if we are consciously manifesting and consciously creating and conscious of the energy around us, we live a life with more fulfillment. We live a life feeling happier, clearer on where we're going, happier about our progress. It's not always about the goal and the end destination. It's about who am I becoming on this journey? There's a lot packed into these success forecasts, and specifically the October forecast. We go through this at the top of every month, but just for the newbies, the Feng Shui Planner, there's a link in the description of this video if you haven't downloaded yours already. I can't show you mine because I already filled all mine out. Proof and the analytics did show that you guys don't like when I put in the music. So I'm going to describe these pages really quick. You're going to answer in your Feng Shui Planner the page that says September wins, and write down what are the 3 things you're celebrating. We can't manage what we don't measure. It's pretty common that I'll have a client at our first Feng Shui check-in say like, I don't know if I'm making any progress. I don't know if there's progress. I don't know if the Feng Shui is working. I don't know what's going on. Well, measure your actions. What are you doing? If the goal is to read more books, you count how many books you read. You measure it. If your goal is to lose more weight, you measure the weight that you've lost. This is a way when energy is a little bit obtuse and hard to see and hard to measure and hard to understand. This is a way for us and subtle usually, right? These serendipitous moments that come with Feng Shui, like bumping into the right person that invited us to the party that then had us meet 5 new people. And then I went on a date with one of them. Like these are very subtle, and you wouldn't say, oh, I met 5 new potential partners and then I went on a date with a really promising one. So subtle, these serendipitous moments. Or I have a job interview and it feels like this was a really interesting one. A client recently was like, we feng shuied and their partner got the job within the first 2 weeks after them feng shuiing. And then later when they were starting to feel like a lot of progress wasn't happening, they're like, I don't know if the feng shui is working. And I was like, well, here's some proof. It was taking them 7 months to go through the interview process and it was lagging on and taking time. And then your partner got the job in 2 weeks of you feng shuiing. Like that's an example of how it works. Feng Shui can shorten these times. It speeds things up so you get where you want to go faster. Anyway, that's where we're filling these out. We're measuring these things. Did you accomplish your goal? If you didn't, that's okay. Then we look at, well, what strategy do I need to tweak? What effort do I need to tweak? Okay, so pause this video, fill out those pages. I filled out mine. I'll see you in. Welcome back. I would love to hear your wins. Somebody commented a few videos ago they're trying to lose weight. How is that going? I want to hear about your progress. Somebody last week said that they were feng shuiing to be more seen, I wrote it down, to get more recognition from their coworkers, to be recognized by people at work. How's that going? What like serendipitous things happen that show you it's working? Now you guys are going to fill out and comment those below because I want to know. Now you guys are going to fill out this page, the one with the big square that has the goal on it. The one that has a typo on it. What is my October goal to accomplish that will get me closer to my 2024 goal? Hint, you wrote it at the beginning of this feng shui journal where we wrote the year and then we reverse engineered things. So take 3 minutes, write out your goals. What do you need to accomplish to reach your January goal? So what's the little steps you need to take this month so that you achieve the big end of your goal in January? Because yes, we're going off of lunar calendar. Welcome back. So what is the one goal you have for the month of October that if you accomplish it would move you closer to where you want to be at the end of the year? What did you say? What's your goal? I would love to know. For me in October, I have one that I'm gonna keep personal, but I yeah, it's gonna be one that I think is gonna extend into November and December, and I'll share it in November if I've confirmed that I'm gonna do it. And then I for sure this month am going to get 10,000 steps a day. I like the allergy stuff, I've just been feeling, like, puffy, right? And, like, I need to get back on the drinking all the water, and I, like, went deep into projects and went deep into work mode, and it can be hard to do both at the exact same time. I don't know if perfect balance ever actually exists, but, um, we can recalibrate. We can refill in. Now that some big things I'm launching in October are being announced and all the back end stuff is done, now I'm, like, reintegrating the 10,000 steps in the water. Only one of the biggest things I've ever created is getting ready to be launched. It's difficult to balance YouTube and Instagram at the same time right now. I am getting more and more help, which is cool. Actually, one of my bigger manifestations for the year was to manifest an assistant. And I do have YouTube help, Kajabi help, and a virtual assistant now, but it's in none of them are full time. But it's very cool that like that goal is coming to fruition and that those steps are being had. I want to mention here energy elevation blueprint. It's free. Okay, I will put the description in this video as well. It's free. How to align your mindset, space, and habits for next level success. If you are into this, where we're using like spirituality plus strategy, that's this energy elevation blueprint. And yes, I am ultimately opening the doors to something called the energy elevation experience in on October 15th. There's only going to be 3 spaces available for this super high touch, super one-on-one customized program. I'll mention it here because I don't think there's going to be another time. This is so if you have a goal, if you have something you've been putting off, like starting a YouTube channel, starting a side hustle, losing weight, anything where an accountability partner would be so helpful. Maybe you continuously get in your way, stop the same point, talk yourself out of it. The energy elevation experience is going to include accountability, strategy. You can see here in these feng shui, in these success forecasts, how we reverse engineer things and we use the energy every month to accomplish the goal. And if you're getting close, but you can tell that it would be helpful, like if you use these every month and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't, and you're noticing as you're working in your journal that, oh, I'm not accomplishing these goals because I'm not following through, then the energy elevation experience is something you should really, really consider. It's not coaching, it's not counseling, it is spirituality plus strategy, accountability, motivation, partner, and strategist. Okay. This is what is the goal and how are we going to use your human design, your Bazi, your Chinese astrology, and your feng shui to help you accomplish that goal. Something that drives me nuts and would always bother me, especially really when I started this business, is when people give me generic advice. I'm like, look, have you met me? I accomplish everything I set my mind to. I will get it done. I will accomplish it. So when people would give me generic advice, or like, because I would get stuck, I still get stuck all the time. I get stuck, I get confused, emotions come up that are meant to be released. And then somebody would give me generic advice like, oh, well, just do this or just do this. And like, I'm glad that's worked for you. I'm glad that that's worked for somebody else, but you don't seem to understand my energy or my makeup or my goal. And so personally, I always hire people that can give me advice based on my astrology, give me advice based on my energetic makeup. So I am combining all of this into one as well because this is how I've gotten to where I want to go. This is how I've started a business. This is how I've changed careers when I was super like depressed and unhappy and took a big leap into a career I didn't know anything about. This is how I've quit smoking. This is how I've quit these things like cutting back on drinking, quitting smoking. These were like I did it in so many different ways, and this energy elevation experience is creating it in a framework and a blueprint that is loose, because ultimately it will be based on what's your design, what's your motivation style, what is your astrology, what is the feng shui you're working with in your house. So while there's a loose framework, and I have gathered through experience how to change my life, up level my identity, and every year elevate my energy, it will be super, super custom to you. So let me collect my thoughts here for a second. In the meantime, until the doors open on October 15th and those 3 spots become available, the Energy Elevation Blueprint is free. It gives advice, it gives tips, it gives a glimpse of this framework and what you can do to align your mindset, space, and habits for next level success, so that you can basically take these and take them to the next level. Because I know that you are trying to be the best version of yourself. You're trying to achieve the next thing. You're trying to live your life to the fullest. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here watching me. Before we get into the energy of the month, if you have any questions about the Energy Elevation Blueprint, about the experience, about the spots, if you're like, I know I want this spot, I don't even need to be told anything else. Yes, I want the accountability. Yes, I want the strategy. Yes, I'm ready to put in the work and do the hard thing and work through the emotions. I will add, I'm bringing in other experts. So if you need energy code, body code, psych K, meditation, I know what it's like for these emotions to come up and you need like some help releasing it. And that I'm not an expert in, but I have experts I'm associated with that I will then bring in and they'll help you that week. We're going to be talking every other week working on your stuff. So you will just not even be the same person when you start out when you start out 2025, which I know is an exciting thing to say. That'll freak some people out. I want to be the same person. I don't want to lose it. Not for the achievers. That won't freak them out. They will be excited. They'll be like, yes, if this catapults my success, catapults my achievements, speeds things up, because there are these things that I'm not accomplishing super quickly on my own. And there's a lot of things. I needed the accountability with YouTube. I like accountability. It keeps me honest and keeps me on task. So anyway, if you have questions, email me. Okay, let's talk about the energy of the month. Speaking of achievers, speaking of doing, this is a month to do the do. Okay. October is a wood dragon month. Dragon and dog clash. I talked about this. We set this up. So we set this up last month. The action item was making space to receive in the change. Just because it says clash doesn't mean it's bad. It's a scary word for change, which is good. We want to lean into the change. If we were totally happy and fulfilled, yeah, maybe we wouldn't want to change. But there's always something we want to change. Change just means an upgrade. It doesn't have to mean a downgrade. Something is changing and shifting, especially if you have dog in your Bazi chart and any of your pillars, your hour, month, your year, month, day, or hour. Dog, you're going to be feeling this a little bit even more. So there is going to be some change, and that's okay. Be open to it, go with it, don't fight it. The dog and the dragon together kind of have this extrovert introvert relationship. Which is very interesting. So I think overall in the month, there's going to be people with their opinion. And look, we focus on us. How am I making my life better? We don't worry about the noise. We don't worry about what we cannot control. We focus on us and making a difference in our own life. Okay. The dragon and the dog's energy is going to be that this extrovert dragon and introvert dog both appreciate loyalty, both stand up for what they believe in, and both will do it in a respectful way. Both, like, if it's up to the energy acknowledges and appreciates the talent of the other being. The dog applauds and appreciates the dragon um for its hard work, for its, what's the word I'm looking for? Talent, for its unique characteristics, and the dog appreciates the dragon. Just because they don't agree does not mean they take each other down. They just go about loyalty in a different way. They go about in getting what they want in different ways. Some are extroverted, some are more quiet about it, some are more rambunctious about it, like the dragon, and some are more like, I follow the book. Both embrace the other person's perspective, though, or animal's perspective, though. Okay, I'm kind of talking in code. You can read between the lines. Focus on you with this change. If you're the extrovert and there's maybe a more by the book way, or if you're type B and there's more type A way to do something, be open to it. Be open to it not unfolding the way that you planned, but it's still what you want is still unfolding. And it's okay if it's not going the way that you had planned because you're still going to get what you want. That said, this month will require hard work. What they do have in common is hard work. All year I've talked about the Yang wood dragon is yang, it's doing, it's going. I have been referring to it as he because it's yang, doing, doing, doing. He's busy, right? And I think we've all felt that. We're feeling all that doing and we're feeling all that going. That's not going to go away in October. It can if you need a break, and it can if you like consciously choose it and don't beat yourself up for needing it. But overall, not really the month to slow down, I would say. And looking at the energy of the month, it is a good month to do. So that's the energy of the month. Now let's get into the energy of the different directions. I've got my notes over here. Okay, so let's start with the least ideal direction this month in your house. It is the southeast. So if you have anything broken, not fixed, projects that aren't done. Actually, somebody just commented that there's like a perpetually undone renovation going on in her southeast direction. And hopefully she sees this and she cleans it up. Clean it up, make it nice, because the energy coming in is disruptive and it doesn't want to be greeted with like ugly, broken, messy things. So it's a great place to spruce up, clean up, and then add in 6 metal coins. That's the traditional cure, or just a round metal bowl, any kind of metal. Add that into the southeast. I will also add, this is coming out on October 6th. October doesn't transition in until October 8th through November, and then to November 6th. So the 8th is when the energy transitions. I know in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, people are going to be like, where is this? Where is this forecast? But just because other people are putting it out on the 1st, we are very clearly at the time of this recording still working with the rooster. Me and the rooster don't totally love each other, and I'm ready for that thing to go. Dog, different story. I'm excited for the dog. But I can tell you, as of this recording, still working with the rooster. It's very apparent in the energy. So anyway, and then November 6th is when it changes again. So southeast, welcome it, welcome in October energy, dog energy. Like, thank you for your support. Thank you for helping me where I get thank you for helping me get where I want to go. Okay. Next is the east. East is a really great direction, which is good because if I remember correctly, the last couple of months, the east has been our not favorite. But the east is good for creativity. So if the goal that you have, let me say this as a reminder, this is where you look at what's the goal I have for the month. So like I said, my 10,000 steps for October every single day, and getting back into water and stuff. Whatever your goal is for October, look at what do I need help with. So I definitely would want to clean up the southeast because I don't want anything making it harder for me to be motivated. I don't want there to be any like stuffed heavy energy to where I don't feel excited to go and do these steps, right? If your goal requires any type of creativity, any inspiration, maybe some guidance from somebody else, but really creativity, writing a book, writing an online course, creating a product, that's what the energy in the east is helpful with in October. So that's where you want to clean that up as well. And then open the windows, open the doors daily, have your coffee there. Just activate it every day with your body, or with like opening the energy or opening the window to let in energy so you can use the experience, and then wait for these downloads. Like, it's also a good place to journal in. Wait for the downloads, wait for the inspiration, wait for the creative ideas in the east. If your goal needs the help of, so the person who commented last month that said, my goal is to be recognized by people at work. That's the northeast for you. If you guys are looking for recognition, being seen, the northeast is an intense one because it's like for disruptors. So you want to go about this in a respectful, polite, like strategic thought out way, nothing too impulsive. But if you want to disrupt, like, hey, I'm going to tell my boss this month, like, in a very respectful way, I've been working on this new idea and I think that this would save you money and I think this would save you time if we did it this way instead of the way we've been doing it. This is the month to say that to the boss. Obviously, the caveat is I don't know what your base home energy is. I don't know what your base astrology is. So unless you pay me, I cannot give you customized advice because I can't look at your stuff. But if you're feeling like that feels aligned and you've kind of been waiting for the right time, this very well could be the right time for you to suggest that to your boss and be seen more as that leader and that initiator. This is very initiator energy. And so be ready for what comes with that. The being seen, some of the scrutiny, there's going to be somebody that disagrees with your suggestion. This could also be family. Like, am I disrupting the way I've done things in my life and I'm not settling it for it anymore? Um, it's an initiating energy in the Northeast. So if you need that initiation, that initial push, Northeast. Some of the two less potent, but still like good, depending on what you're working with, directions is the Southwest. Southwest is something called birth of an intelligent son, which does not mean pregnancy per se, but it can be birth of a creative idea. So if you, again, the East is really good for it, and the Southwest is supporting. Like, if you need to come up with a new idea, or if you're starting to think outside the box, that would be helpful. If you are trying to get pregnant, again, I don't know your astrology and I don't know the base energy in your home, but if you are, then the Southwest is supportive to fertility. And then lastly is the North. Um, I'm surprised I even included this actually. I was like on the fence about it. But if you just need basic investments to go up, basic like it will definitely not be instant gratification money, but if you just want like money to go good, money to keep flowing, definitely clean up the north. There's a lot of earth energy coming together, but it equals 10 and that's always good for money. So, if you just are like wanting to provide some stability to the finances and kind of like support. It's also really good for anybody working in real estate, anybody working with long-term investments. Um, this is the very like earth energy, like real estate type of energy. Does that make sense? So if you're in the real estate field, North is really good for you for gaining more traction in that. And for everybody else, it's just good for like long-term gain, general stability with finances. Definitely not the instant gratification money. We don't really have any instant gratification money at all in the chart this month. But when there's clash and change, if finances have been a thing that have been down, this is the month to take a lot of action and create with your momentum change. I'm not sure why I feel compelled to say this, but I heard Layla Hermosi said this in an Instagram reel the other day I agree, and it rings true that money loves speed, wealth loves time. So what we see in the north is definitely a wealth building. Like, it needs time, it needs longevity, maybe like relook at your investments. And then in terms of money, it loves speed. And so this is the working, the doing, the creating that we've got going on with the dog and the dragon meeting. If you're liking this, please like this video, like the momentum, like it. You're gonna go follow these and go after your dreams. You're gonna follow through with your action steps. Like this if you've been enjoying it, if you're ready to go in October. Subscribe if you have not subscribed already so that you stay accountable to these goals that you've been saying. When this video pops up, you're like, "Ah, I have to go do my thing. I have to follow through on what I said I'm gonna do." And to wrap it up, and share this if you want an accountability partner with you, if you want a friend who's also been trying to achieve their goals, but they want to do it more holistically and working with the energy, share this video. To wrap it up, last month's action step was to make space to receive. So I mentioned it was a good month to sell things, declutter, organize, donate. I would love to know, did you do any of that? I have 2 bags of clothes that are getting ready to be donated today. I got to go give those today. I cleaned up all my closets. I dusted the back of my closet and the baseboards of my closet. I can't tell you how much better you're gonna feel if you dust the back of your closet, the baseboards of your closet, and the floor of your closet. Like, for real, when is the last time you did that? When's the last time you moved everything out, reorganized it, and gave yourself some order? Such a good thing to do before October truly comes in. So that was last month's action item. So you made space to receive with this new dog coming in and creating change. So then, that said, this month, the action step is to do 3 kind things for people. When there's all this change and when there's a lot going on, not everybody is as forward thinking as you. Not everyone is as connected to a spirit, a God, or believing that something bigger is happening. Not everybody is like you that believes life is happening for them, not to them. And I would like you to do 3 kind things for 3 totally different people, just whenever you feel compelled, whether it's giving them money, whether it's opening the door for somebody, whether it's any random act of kindness. Because think about if 500 people, I think like 515 people watched this video last month. If 515 people help 3 people, quick, let's do that math. 515 times 3. That's 1,500. That's 1,545 people who have had a random act of kindness done to them. And then they are gonna go off and do that to somebody else. And now we're at 5,000 people, or like 4,000 something. This is gonna be a month that's gonna feel tense for some. Please be the person that proves to other people there are good people in this world. There are so many more good people. There's so many great things happening. There is so much love to be shared and people who are like vibing and living their life. There's a lady that just went viral because she's dancing down her neighborhood sidewalks. Be the person that spreads the light this month because we can have a great month. If you're not loving how things are going and I'm telling you that change is on the horizon, well, what's the opposite of what you're feeling? Like, great things can happen. But we create the change. We consciously manifest. Okay. It's so nice talking to you. Please comment, chat below. I can't wait to hear about your goals, what's happening. What did you think of this video? And have a great October.